Salam, I'm Chef Kamal. Welcome back to Keep It Simple and Sedap. Today I'll be showing you how to cook another simple yet full of nutrients, corn and crab chowder. This is a typical European dish that uses white wine in the recipe, which I am substituting with apple cider vinegar. We're going to start with the onion, slice downward. Return back to 9 o'clock. This time around you chop them down. And then you bring it down just a little bit. And you salvage as much as you can. That is your medium diced onion. Now we're going to work with the potato. This is your medium diced potatoes. Lastly, let's chiffonade basils. This is full of aromas. This will be the main herbs. So we have all these sliced, diced and ready, and we are good to go to cook on the gas stove. Let's go. So we're going to heat up oil, but first we need to heat up our pot, not too high, since we add the oil. So I'm using olive oil. You can use any other oil, not a problem. These are one of the healthier choice. If you have vegetable oils, you can do so too. And then I'm just going to add the diced onion. So we're just going to start with the onion first, since it's a medium dice. Midway through, then we can add the garlic, because garlic is finely chopped. So you do not want to burn the garlic before the onion is ready. So now I think it's about ready to add the garlic. Okay, next we're going to add the flour. So what's going to happen is I'm going to create a roux base. The most important thing is to incorporate all and do not let the smell of flour linger. So we're just going to thicken it further. Be careful, it may brown easily. So you have to really observe the heat. Focus on your task at hand so that it prevents from browning. Okay, the juice from the onions, okay, release into the mix. This will be the thickener base, especially when there's flour. This is what we call roux. So almost to 3 to 4 minutes of stirring. Make sure they are all well incorporated. So now we're going to add the fish stock. Slowly, as you add, you stir. If you want to substitute with chicken stock, you may do so, not a problem. But this is a seafood base, so ideally we use a seafood stock. Ikan bilis stock also another alternative, but not many like the result. So we're gonna let it simmer for a while. Alright, so now it has increased heat, so we just add on the medium diced potatoes. So now we have to wait until it's tender before we add the corn and the basils. It's important that you cut consistently so that they will cook evenly and cook until tender. Add your bay leaf. Come back in 2-3 minutes. Alright, it's close to tender now. We can add the white wine, but I'm gonna substitute with apple cider vinegar for the acidity and just a little bit of sugar, not too much, to balance it out and also to help tenderize any necessary protein, which happen to be the crab meat. We're gonna continue adding the corn. It won't take long, and then we're just gonna add the basil. Reduce the heat a little bit. See the natural goodness of this dish. There's no one-to-one substitute for basils, especially fresh, but you can use other herbs only when it's supposed to or when it's requesting for dry basils. So when you have dry basils in your ingredients and you do not happen to have any dry basils in the pantry, then you can substitute tarragon, thyme, all this is fine, yeah? So the ratio of using dry to fresh is 1:3. Dehydrated herbs hold flavor more and better as compared to fresh. Let it simmer for a while. While waiting, we are going to heat up the milk. So this is the cream. We have the heavy cream. And again, I'm using evaporated milk. Of course, if you don't have evaporated milk, you can always use fresh milk. Just going to bring it to a boil and we're going to add to the chowder, which is resting for a while waiting for the milk. Coming to a boil, as you can see, just remove it to one side, bring over the main chowder pot, and then we're just going to add and stir them gradually because we are dealing with heat and especially hot water and steam. I'll give a quick stir. Before we end, we're just going to add the other hero ingredient, which is the crab meat. So I'm using crab leg. Give a quick stir, break them apart. It's been kept in the chiller. As you can see, you can actually adjust the level of thickness. Early on, you can add the cornstarch or the flour. The volume you can increase so that when it comes to this stage, it will be thickened. Don't forget, before you serve, you got to season them with salt and pepper. And now I'm just going to add the salt and pepper before I do my taste test and continue with more salt and pepper should I need it. It's looking good, looking fine, especially the color of the crab. That should be the trick. Much brighter now as compared to earlier. Give it a quick stir, another minute or two, then we're good to go to enjoy our corn and crab meat chowder with basil leaf and homemade roux with potato. It's ready, corn and crab chowder with basil, cooked the healthier and halal way in the comfort of your home. Keep it simple and sedap. Enjoy! Thank you for watching, and I hope you have enjoyed my healthy and halal take on today's recipe. If you want more simple and sedap recipes, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. This video is produced and edited by The Muse Productions. You can find them at www.musepl.com.